Trigger trying to play me, now they hate me. Now when I come around, now they screaming, oh she fame me. When I look around here, click trying to pace me. Better not act up, cause it could get Macy. Hey y'all, my Perties, what's up? All my lovelies, if you are a part of the Pertie gang at the DKHizouse, welcome back. If you're not, you feel free to join and welcome. Hopefully you'll come back to see us. We're gonna get into the fact that Trey, Armand, and Brooklyn Queen, I believe, are not to be played with, apparently. So a lot of people was like acting like Armand was about that gangster life and Mel put pause on Reginae, but apparently y'all know that is not going to happen. So is Armand really a thug out here in these streets? Well, I don't know, because we do know Reginae's house got broken into. However, it can't be confirmed or denied that was her, but I do know that sometimes that can happen when somebody's trying to motivate somebody to move. Not saying that he had anything to do with it, but it definitely had people up and wondering and questioning, so much so that they have since gone off the scene, not to be heard from again, and moved out of town, allegedly, possibly together. Okay, now I get it. Sometimes you don't want people in your business. I get it, right? So apparently he doesn't want nobody messing with him for that reason. So he's not to be messed with for that reason, because he went off the scene. Ghost, poof, disappeared. Haven't heard from him since. Well, besides his music and him posting or whatever he posts and whatever she posts. But it has been together. And then there's a show that's coming out soon as well. But anyway, if he was indeed gangster, it could be a possibility that he would be capable of those things, even though those things have not been confirmed or denied. And let's just hope he's not into that sort of thing, whether it's breaking in and entering or, into grabbing on people. Hopefully not. And let's just assume that until he comes out and we see more of him. We really can't say what he would do, but he said he didn't do that. And I believe that he wouldn't have the opportunity to put his hands on Reginae like that, because I don't think Reginae would put up with it, and I don't think nobody else would put up with it. Now the breaking and entering did seem really weird, because it seemed as if somebody would have known her address. Me personally, I moved towards a person because I had a similar situation where it was sort of like a break-in or whatever, but nobody really got in. But it was scary enough to where I did go towards the person I was talking to, and found out later it could have very much been him. So I do know when you are feeling vulnerable, you tend to really reach out to the people closest to you and for support and all this stuff. So I'm hoping that he had nothing to do with it, but that hasn't been confirmed or denied. He didn't say he did, but we do know that she said when she did look out for him, reach out to him, he was nowhere to be found. But he did make a video about the situation, but he never called her, which is very, very, very highly suspicious. So I don't know. Let's just hope that he had nothing to do with it, because at the end of the day, we don't really know if they're together or separated. It only gives clues that they could be talking. But she has moved to California, and allegedly he had talked about moving to California. I thought he had moved, but I don't know. Maybe he was just in California for work. Who knows? But I think she is officially moving to California, but it could just be for work. Who knows? But I do know that I think her family, she does have some family and friends who stay in California who are also going to help watch her back and make sure she's good. And one of them people may be her pappy, her daddy. Lil Wayne, I think he has roots in there. One of his places, if not his main place, is in California or close thereof, to where he will be able to check on his daughter if somebody would try to play with her. But who knows, right? Now let's go to Trey. A lot of people were trying to say, oh, he's feminine, he's this and that. And I said it myself, because I like, well, he do have those tendencies. But he's popped back on the scene with his gangster lean, and he's proven to people that he can be very masculine, and he doesn't have to be feminine at all. To be honest, I like this new side of Trey that I see, and I feel like it's one not to be played with. He's really being himself. I never thought he was, that he didn't like women. I always knew he liked women, but he seemed like with this new version of Trey, like it's more like a masculine feel to it, and I'm feeling it. Because he did have a conversation with Abby and made a discussion and said that he never saw himself that way. But he was getting people commenting about that. And even Abby had did a mukbang and said that when she did a video with, was it China? Child's Life or something. And they had made that comment and Trey checked her about it. But now, like, Abby is definitely a fan of Trey, which is very surprising to me because she like listens to all his motherfucking songs. I'm like, dang, I didn't think they was that good. But you know, as far as his covers and everything, and she like, oh, I sing all your songs. And so I was like, okay, Abby, shoot your shot. Nah, I don't think she's shooting a shot, but I think she's really a fan. I'm like, okay, all right. But anyway, with his whole personality persona, it does make him look a lot sexier, a lot more attractive. So shout out to Trey for that. But another reason I want to pop off and see if he's able to be played with is because they did a prank on him that he was trying to get robbed. I think Jazz, I'm Little Miss Perfect, whatever, did a prank on him and with Fully Loaded, and they were saying they was gonna rob him, and Trey was like, this ain't what you want, this ain't what you want. And I'm thinking to myself, now what is Trey gonna do? And he said, now I ain't really what you want to play with. That's what he said. I can tell he was serious. So anyway, he proceeds to jack them people up. It was two of them in the prank, you know, letting them know you're not to be played with. You don't play with me. And I think one of them was about to pass out. He was choked up so much. So he indeed let people know not to play with him, right? So I'm thinking, well, dang, he really may have some outside heat out there. So don't play with him, right? And true enough, Armand and him have definitely leveled up. They definitely get into the bag. You can tell by the swag. They get into the bag. Now, it's several ways to get to the bag. You know, you can scam. You can do it naturally. You can make money off your videos. There's so many different ways. And I don't know what part they doing in. You can even break in and enter and sell furniture and homes. Now, not saying that's what they're doing. I'm just saying if they're about that life, that thug life, not to be played with, that's something you can't put past people. But hopefully that's not what's going on, because they've been in the YouTube game for a minute, and hopefully their stuff is legit. And that's the only way I would assume it to be, for sure. But it's just crazy how they popping out all of a sudden, especially Armani, with all this swag. But he does have several businesses and stuff that he do on the side, so it's not too surprising to me. But it's like, wow, like they get into that bag, they getting that money some way, somehow, whatever form or whatever fashion they can get it. But the real kicker is when I realized you really can't play with them is when I saw the incidents that are going on with their sister, Brooklyn. Because the most part, if you don't know, she's allegedly dating Lala's son, Lala Anthony, and Carmelo Anthony's son. And they was doing like videos together. So apparently that's her boo thing. So apparently she getting around. And of course she done some music and stuff like that. She's been on radio stations, done radio interviews, stuff like that. Her music is blowing up. Her social is blowing up. She's also been on talk shows. What she was talking about, she had a little stalker situation going on. So she is out there. She is well known, and she took off out of nowhere too. And what really got me really realize you may not want to play with this family is because I don't know what had happened, but I think it was one of her exes. Now I could be wrong, but that's what I remember seeing was Armand and Trey's sister, or maybe just Armand's sister. I don't know if Trey's related to her or not, but I guess so. I don't know. So at the end of the day, it's like somebody, well, she had a boyfriend. I don't know what boyfriend she was talking to. I guess it's one of her ex or baby daddy. I'm not sure who it was, but it was a girl he was talking to, a new chick. And the new chick kept taunting her, doing stuff in her face. They was going back and forth on social media. Allegedly, that's what I remember seeing. Is what if I think that was her. I thought it was her. I don't remember who else it could have been. And so then somebody said, well, the girl that's going back and forth for Brooklyn gets shot. Or pops. Okay, let me use that word. And I was like, what? So I'm up here watching. It was one of the T pages. I'm like, nah, you got to be kidding me, right? How about they would screenshot shooting one of the recordings, and the girl who was playing with Queen Face with her boyfriend, she was on live and she was talking mad grimy about this and that, what she was gonna do. All I remember, I don't know what made me go to the comment section. I'm reading the comments like crazy while this going on. One comment that stood out to me and chilled me to the soul was like, say goodbye. It was like, say goodbye now or something, or goodbye sweetie. It was something about goodbye. I remember exactly what it was. All I know was when they was talking about the girl getting like popped, the girl had got popped through the face, like one side out the other side, and she was in the hospital talking about it. When it was done, talking about it, nah, you can't, get me down, this and that. And I remember seeing that comment. And it was, I remember the exact comment. It was like, say goodbye, night. It was something, but it was letting you know that they was not coming to play with that girl. And this is a child, okay? This girl, what, she's 17, 18? I'm not sure, but I know she done took off. And so she could be a minor. And this is just alleged. She may not have nothing to do with it, Amon, and nobody may not have nothing to do with nothing. Or Trey. All I'm saying is they may not be one to play with, whether it's their family, their friends who ride for them hard, I'm not sure, or their fans, who knows. But somebody do not play about them, and that's all I gotta say. And that's just a little tea on me, because I don't know what they got going on, because I couldn't tell you because I ain't talked to him. But I do know Trey said this ain't what you want when playing with the people that were trying to rob him. And then people was accusing Armand or thinking or suspecting that he had stuff going on because he popping out Flossie. But then with Queen's situation, with the girl who was playing with her in her face, got straight popped in the face. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, bro. So obviously, in my opinion, they ain't what you want. They ain't what you want to play with. That's it. That's all. But let me know what you feel and you think down below. Break to the dawn. You know we chrome, sitting on the dome. You know we home. DKHizouse is on our zone. DKHizouse, pretty on. Sipping on that pearly, white millet merly. Sipping on that pearly, ooh she dirty.